Hello, everybody, and welcome to 431 week 2. After a little bit of kind of figuring out how things worked in the course and what parts there are and how they're going to interrelate, I'm hoping you're settling into the course and finding your rhythm in this crazy semester. I just wanted to go over a couple of things really quickly about this week's activities. First things first, I'm going to share a screen with you. Here we are in Perusal, and you all are just killing it. I cannot express how happy I am to see you all in here saying amazing things. I am so proud and energized by reading all your comments. I mean, just a couple of them. Let's just think about this for a second. Here is Larissa pointing out that there are models at Chico State of a kind of a lecture and lab that you find in science, but they may not work the same as the kind of workshop model we have in English 130p. Those structures are really interesting to think about, both in terms of your past experiences and in terms of how you see yourself being an educator or being a leader in the future. So I really appreciated that comment. Another couple comments that I thought were so interesting. Here is some really cool stuff happening right here from Joanna. And here's another one, a set of comments right here from Travis, Christian, and Alex. And you know what's really cool about this is that in our writing about the jumbo model, which Kim Jackson invented, we haven't really taken up the issue of what it changes for students who are pre-service teachers. That is, people who go on to get a credential or want to be a graduate student and teach their own course, and their sense of themselves as teachers, right? How they pick up certain kinds of practices, how they work with students with a sense of authority or expertise, and how that helps with or maybe even interferes with their roles as mentors. So what's really interesting that you can think about as you're starting your internship in this space is how the mentor is both maybe a teacher and a guide as a more capable peer. This is Vygotsky's term. They are functioning as translators in some cases. They are in between. They are not just a student anymore. They are also a mentor, but they're not yet a teacher. So that aspect of the internship that you're doing and the potential for that to become a role that you pick up later on is just really interesting in terms of identity and then in terms of practice. So overall, what I see is you all are just killing it in Perusal, or Perusal, if you want to call it that. You're all over the document, making really sharp comments, really interesting comments that show your engagement with the ideas, and I hope give you a sense of what you're about to start with your internships. You were all over the document, not just at the beginning, but in the middle, saying smart things, like Karina's comment right here. I took a jumbo class my freshman year, and I truly agree with this statement. In a new environment, we all felt scared or shy, but we understood each other. To this day, she says later on, I'm very close to those who were in my hub. This is a mechanism, this English 130p course, to create hubs or small groups that may last outside of the course and into their undergraduate learning. So you all did a great job. Remember, what I'm asking for in Perusal is just this kind of thing, where you demonstrate that you're reading carefully, and that you're linking in different kinds of ways what you read to your experiences in the internship. If we go over here to the website itself, what I will say in terms of your week 2 stuff is this very thing. Now remember, your internships should begin this week. I am just about to send out an email with all of that information, and you can take it upon yourself, just immediately email that mentor and say, hi, introduce yourself. You may already know the mentor if you all are English studies or English ed majors, you may have run across this person in the halls back when we used to have classes face to face. So get on that, email them today or tomorrow, get the ball rolling. They'll email you back. You'll go back and forth. They'll provide you with a Zoom link for the Thursday or Friday workshop. And they'll give you a sense, I'm hoping, of what they're going to be doing on that day. Ask what you can do to help. Then on Wednesday, I'd like you to read and annotate another article, which is already in perusal. You notice that we're flip-flopping the kind of the order of operations in the course. Perusal is due Wednesday of this week, and then by Sunday, your field notes are due. As I say down here, your Google Currents will no longer be a kind of a place where you introduce yourself. Your primary goal from Google Currents is to share the field notes that you've developed by going to your internship. Now, what are field notes? I'm going to have a separate video talk a little bit about that. But in essence, it's a primary job of an anthropologist, educational or otherwise, to develop some kind of objective notes about the kinds of things that are happening in a space, and then some interpretations of what that stuff means. In short, it is to approach the familiar as if it's strange, and to approach the strange as if it's familiar. We'll talk a little bit more about that in another video. So remember, go to your internship on Zoom, either Thursday or Friday. Catch up with what Dr. Sparks is doing in this course, and add yourself into the conversations. But remember that your first and primary responsibility at this point is just to kind of be there and to take notes on what you see and to observe as much as you can. So I'm going to post this almost immediately as soon as I get this up to YouTube, and then I will send a link to this video out to everyone in an email. Really looking forward to hearing what you have to say and to seeing what you discover in your internships. Okay, thank you.